Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing great. Right from the start, this update aims to make the combat experience feel tighter and more reliable. One of the biggest complaints from players was around targeting inconsistencies and those weird moments when enemies would lock or behave strangely mid battle. That's been cleaned up quite a bit. The hotfix includes adjustments to the targeting logic so you won't get those frustrating moments where your abilities or attacks latch onto the wrong target or fail to register. It's subtle, but you'll definitely feel it after a few fights. The devs also tackled soft lock issues where certain combat encounters wouldn't trigger properly, leaving you stuck and unable to progress. That's been ironed out too, which is a big relief for anyone running longer sessions or trying to complete the more challenging sequences without restarting. Another thing that's seen a good polish is weapon progression and upgrade behavior. Some players were finding that certain weapon trees or enhancements didn't unlock correctly, or that stat boosts didn't apply as they should. Those inconsistencies have been fixed, and the progression system now tracks properly across all save files. It's the kind of update that might not sound flashy at first, but if you've been grinding and customizing your loadouts, it's a total game changer. Upgrades now apply more consistently, so you won't lose out on the extra power or effects you worked for. There's also been some subtle balancing across different weapon types. Nothing that throws the meta off, but it helps make combat feel a little more even overall. Moving over to the environmental side of things, there have been a handful of collision and level geometry fixes that should make exploration smoother. Players had mentioned spots where characters could get stuck or slide through surfaces, and those have been adjusted. A few lighting and texture pop-in issues have also been optimized to make the environments load more naturally. It's the kind of polish that keeps you immersed in the world instead of fighting against the environment. Along with that, there are audio fixes too. Some missing sound effects, volume inconsistencies, and ambient sounds that would sometimes cut off mid-scene are now fixed. The overall audio mix feels more balanced, especially during the more cinematic or combat-heavy moments where before things could get a little muddy or uneven. Boss fights also got some love in this update. Certain encounters had spikes in difficulty that didn't quite match the pacing of the game, leading to frustration instead of challenge. The devs have tuned those fights so the difficulty curve makes more sense. Enemies feel fairer, hit detection is more consistent, and the window for dodging or countering is a bit more forgiving in places where it previously felt off. You still have to stay sharp, but the flow of battle feels much more satisfying now. It's one of those tweaks that you notice instinctively, even if you can't pinpoint exactly what changed. Localization has also been cleaned up across multiple languages. The team fixed missing or mistranslated dialogue lines and reworked some UI text that didn't fit properly in the interface. It's a smaller detail, but it shows the developers are paying attention to how players experience the game globally. Alongside that, there are a handful of stability improvements that address rare crashes tied to specific actions, like opening the inventory too quickly during transition scenes or saving right after boss encounters. Those small bugs are the kind that break the rhythm of a playthrough, so seeing them gone makes a huge difference. There's even a mention of save system refinements, especially around checkpoints and autosaves. Players had found that sometimes the game wouldn't register a checkpoint after completing a big encounter, which led to progress being lost. That's now fixed, and saving should be a lot more reliable.